And welcome back. During Tuesday's Surfing Santa's event in Cocoa Beach, the nonprofit organization Who We Play For will try to host the world's largest CPR and AED training session. We've got the organization's executive director, Evan Ernst. Evan, raise your hand. Impact director, Sean Seema, and heart screening director, Stacy
Cartacini.
Cartacini.
Surprise guest here, James.
I am so glad you're here, James. You've got a great story, and we're going to talk about that coming up here in just a moment. But let's start off with this. Why is this mission so important to you?
So the mission of sudden cardiac arrest in youth is very real. We provide ECG heart screenings for kids ages 10 to 22 and even above that. And we also teach CPR and AED use, and Sean will talk more about that. But me personally, I lost my 21-year-old son 3 years ago, actually this past Friday. His name was Alex, and he had no prior symptoms. He was not an athlete. He was just a normal kid with an undetected heart condition. But it could have been detected on the test that Who We Play For performs, which is an electrocardiogram.
Well, I am so sorry for your loss, but I want to ask you, if you don't mind, when something like that happens, how do you work through that grief, and what is it that allows you to say, okay, I'm going to use that for something good?
You know, it was meeting Sean and Evan and the rest of the team and honestly, it really has helped me channel my grief into a purpose. And hearing stories like James, which we've actually saved nearly 400 kids. So it's powerful, and knowing that my son, his story was meant something, that his death was not in vain.
Absolutely.
And so I'm happy to go forward, and this is an amazing mission. So I'd love to talk about it.
We're so glad that you're here with us.
And honestly, see, if the people around him that day had known CPR, he might still be here. And that's why we're so excited to team with Surfing Santas.
And I do want to talk about your story, but I also want to talk about the importance of CPR, because I think in theory, people think if there's an emergency, I'd know what to do. I'm just going to do a few little chest compressions. There's a lot more involved than that, and it's certainly much more important than just thinking you know what to do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, CPR is a skill that everybody should have. Here in the United States, less than 40% of people get actual CPR when they are dead. A lot of people are afraid of CPR, but actually your first statement was correct. It's very simple. You can learn CPR in literally 15 seconds because now it's compressions only.
Give me the 15 seconds real quick, because we had somebody in our studio several months ago who showed us the easy way, because now there's an easier way to do it, right? Would you be able to demonstrate real quick for people who are watching?
Yes. So when somebody drops, it's 3 steps. Call 911. Go send someone to get the AED and start chest compressions only. So interlock your hands straight out.
Lock your arms.
Okay.
Aim for the center of the chest over the sternum.
Okay.
And you want to start compressing at about 100 to 120 compressions a minute. You don't have to worry about breath.
No breathing in the mouth, right?
Exactly. There's enough oxygen in the adult human body to sustain brain function. The compressions themselves have a breathing effect on the lungs. And anybody could save a life. My daughter has the opposite story. My daughter was a great athlete, never had one medical problem, and collapsed in a gym in front of a gentleman who just learned CPR, and they saved her life.
Oh my gosh.
So in America, you have to drop dead at the right place at the right time. We're out to change that, partnering with Surfing Santas. We're going to have 10,000 people on the beach.
Wonderful. And
we want to train every single one of them how to do CPR.
And if every single one of them knew CPR, certainly they could kind of do what happened to you. You are a story of survival because someone knew CPR. Would you mind sharing that with us?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with the heart condition, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, going into my freshman year of high school. So they did a big screening at my high school that Who We Play For did, and so I went and got a screening. I got flagged for that heart condition. And so, because I knew I had my heart condition that Who We Play For had found.
How old were you?
I was, I think I was 14 at the time, so I was going in my freshman year of high school. And because I knew I had my heart condition, so if anything happened, it wasn't like, hey man, get up. It was like, no, you need to take the actions, you need to call 911, you need to start CPR. So I was at work one day, and I looked at my boss, and I was like, I don't feel, and that's all I got out. And so I went into sudden cardiac arrest, and they started CPR on me and brought me back. So.
How thankful are you that they knew CPR and knew what to do and knew that you had this condition?
Oh, very thankful. I wouldn't be sitting here today. I'd be in the ground somewhere. So I'm very, very thankful for just this organization, all that they've done for me, and just for my friends and family just to be aware of it.
Oh, well, and we're glad you're here. We certainly are. And I told him when I walked in, oh gosh, you've got such beautiful eyes. So I'm so glad they're still here with us today.
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
able to make it through. Talk a little bit then about why this is so important, the organization, what you're doing, and why everybody should come out and try to participate in something like this, and if not this, something somewhere else.
Absolutely. It's an honor to work with George and Surfing Santas. It's one of the most unique events in the world where billions of people will pay attention to, and it's a moment to capture the globe's attention, I hope, on sudden cardiac arrest prevention, especially in the young and around CPR. The result will be tens of thousands of people who learn CPR and hopefully a trickle effect across the world. That's the Surfing Santa magic.
And you made a great point. You said the young. Talk about the importance of younger people learning CPR, because I think it starts with the youth, right? They need to know what to do if, let's say, their friend collapses, if it's their teacher, if it's a loved one. Sometimes our kids tend to panic, right?
That's right.
But let's talk a little bit about the importance of the younger people learning.
Beautifully. Who we play for started because we watched our high school teammate collapse and die on Cocoa Beach High School soccer field.
You did what?
We watched our high school teammate collapse and die
Really?
at Cocoa Beach, and I didn't know CPR. One kid on that field knew CPR. So why is it important in the young? Because it's the leading cause of death in schools, it's a leading cause of death in student athletes, and arguably the leading cause of death in all kids.
Oh, my gosh, powerful stories, and we thank you all for being here, and we hope all of you turn out on Tuesday. And very quickly again, time, date, place.
Okay, it's Christmas Eve in the morning. We're starting at 8 o'clock. We're also going to be doing heart screenings, so you can also get a free ECG and also learn CPR. Watch the Surfing Santas and Cocoa Beach, right down behind Coconuts on the beach. And yeah, and we want to make sure that all parents know this is for every kid. You don't have to play sports. Any kid can have this, and of course, everyone can save a life by learning CPR.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Thanks
you
for
being
having
here.
us. I think you need this, though. You need a Santa hat.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you so much. 10:24 is the time. We do want to get to some breaking news, and Deb is standing by with that. Deb.
Hey, good morning, Danielle. So yeah, let's get back out to that breaking news this morning of Orlando cruiser on the